Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we have missing Elaine Joyce Fauver. Forgive me if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. 39 years old, 5'3", 123 pounds. July 24th, 1967. She left home around 8 p.m. to visit a male friend, taking her car and telling her daughter, Mary, who was 17 years old, that she would be home soon. The friend reported she left with another man shortly after she arrived. But, and even though this is wild speculation, if the friend had done something to her, they would have said she left with someone else, right? Whether they had or hadn't. So it's hard to tell if they did something to her if they didn't, because that's what they would have said. Her car was spotted, not sure how long after she disappeared, by her son Paul as he was driving on East 17th Avenue between Emerson and Ogden Streets. Her purse, intact, was in the car, and the keys were on the floor mat. So I'm not saying the friend did anything to her. I'm just saying that if they had, they would have said she left with somebody else, because that's what they always say. Red auburn hair, brown eyes, eye description as wide, vehicle since located, and here's some pictures of her. This is a newspaper clipping. It's 37 of 1029. Corona Street was reported missing by her family July 25th after she failed to come home the previous night. Her car was found last Thursday. Denver Detective Captain George Seaton said foul play is feared. She was a divorced mother of 3, had worked for Mountain States Telephone Company for 13 years, 5'3", weighs 123 pounds, and has brown hair and eyes. Here's another picture of her. And we're going to look at some Jane Does and their distance from her. Here's the Doe Network, shows her as well. And it pretty much just says the same thing. And the Charlie Project. May use the last name Jones. And so it says the same thing as well. Several days later, son found her mother's Chevrolet, East 17th Avenue between Emerson and Ogden Streets. Her purse was in the car and the keys were on the floor mat. So it sounds like whoever drove the car there and parked it set the keys down on the floor mat. And here's a Jane Doe, and it says, this Jane Doe, it says, she was found August 27th, 1972, estimated ages 17 to 23, where Elaine was 39 years old. But I chose to leave this one in anyway. 5 foot tall to 5'3", which is about, wasn't that how tall she was? She was 5'3", okay. Dark brown hair. Her hair was red auburn hair, okay. And pair of buckled black women's shoes, 1-inch heels, 6.5. B width, pointed toe, polo insole, pair of pierced gold colored hoop earrings, 1 brass button, 4 small pearl buttons. Hikers located the victim's partial skeleton remains on Forest Road 554, about 1 mile east of Park Jefferson County line in the unincorporated Jefferson County, Colorado. No trauma was noted to what remains were recovered. And so 1 to 3 years prior means she died 1969 to 1971, and she went missing in 1967. 1967. So that's 5 years prior, but this is 1 to 3 years prior, and the distance is about an hour away from Denver, where she had gone missing. Okay, so now in 1970, we have a Jane Doe found in Durango, Colorado, which is, hold on. Is that the same one? No, I don't think so. 1972, 1970. Oh, okay. Durango, Colorado. Estimated year of death is 1950 to 1970. That's that skull that was found. That could be almost anybody. And that is pretty far away. Durango, Colorado. I think it's like 6 hours away. Turned over to Texas, people. So, which I don't know if that could be her or not. Okay, then we have a Jane Doe that has like a similar face. See, there's her, look at the shape of her face and how she looks with this Jane Doe's face. I mean, with this missing person's face. I just thought her face looked similar. Okay. And she was found in 1994. Estimated death was 1 year prior. So she would have died in 1993 compared to 1967. But I decided to leave her in here as well because she was 43 minutes from Denver. 5'2" to 5'4", 18 to 35 years old. And how tall was she? 5'3". So she's about the same height. But this is years later. White, possible Native American. Small stature. Her remains were located in a field near 54th Avenue and Marion Street. 1993 would have been when she died, and so this is like 20-something years later. But this is 43 minutes from Denver. And then there's another lady that was found in Georgetown, Colorado in 1995. So this is 94, then 95. And that is only an hour from Denver as well. So I just kind of wanted to see who they had. And 17 to 36 years old, skull only. 2 hikers recovered a sun-bleached human skull in the woods in Denver Mountain Parks, about 1/2 mile north of Echo Lake. An extensive search failed to turn up any other remains. Echo Lake. And they're sure that's a woman? Seems like somebody went missing from that area. Okay, so that's an hour from Denver. And then this one is only 19 minutes from Denver. And this one I wondered if it could be her, but I really don't think so. Found in 2013, Lakewood, Colorado. Skull only, unknown cause of death, unknown estimated death, unknown age. The skull was found in a cauldron in a shed of a vacated residence. In a cauldron in a shed in a vacated residence at 1250 Klein Street that was on the market to be sold. The sex of the descendant was initially unknown. And that's only 19 minutes from Denver. And she went missing in Denver, but the skull was found in 2013. So that's a long time afterwards. So this person couldn't be her because it says between 17 to 23 years old. But 1 to 3 years prior made me feel like, did they get the person's age right? If they got the person's age correct, then it can't be her. But if they didn't, there's a possibility. And this person, maybe, could be her. And this couldn't be her because of the date of death. But I just thought they had like a similar face. And it was years later, and I was just looking at how far they are from Denver, because this person died 1993, 43 minutes from Denver. This person died 1995, 1993. This person died, estimated death was 1993, 43 minutes from Denver. This person's estimated date of death was 1993, about an hour from Denver. So, and then this person is unknown, and it's only 19 minutes from Denver. So I thought that was interesting because it just seems like there's a lot of cities in Colorado, and I wondered what happened to them. There's not a lot of unidentified remains in Colorado. Wyoming, I don't think had any. Did Wyoming have any Jane Does? I don't know if they did or not. And Colorado didn't have very many. But, you know, it just seems like if something happened to, if it, there's a lot of wide open country out there. But Wyoming, unidentified persons, there's 9, and as far as females go, 0. So there's 9 men that are unidentified in Wyoming. So there's not very many, and Colorado, compared to other states, there's really not that many. It says 81, which, I don't know, I guess there's more than I thought. Only 20 females. It really doesn't seem like a lot compared to some of the other states. And just so you can see where they're at. And so 1952, 1970, 1972, 1985, 86, 87, 89, 89. So you can see when they found them, to 95. So 85 to 95. It's just interesting. So, because I always look and wonder, you know, if they're all right there in the same area. But it doesn't mean anything because it could be completely unrelated and just happen to coincidentally be near the same area. So, but I just wanted to put it in a video because I was looking to see if I could find anybody that might be her, and those are the people that I found, and many of them aren't her, but I was just interested, so I have them in the same video, and now I'm rambling. So if you have any information about what happened to her, or who any of these Jane Does might be, please contact authorities. If you have any loved ones that went missing and you're not sure what happened to them, check and make sure that they are on NamUs, that they actually have a missing persons case file. And please don't forget to pray for their families and their loved ones. Feel free to leave comments and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.